Hello, I'm Jomika, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is episode 5. Today, I think I want to start out and get a little bit of extra cash. I'm going to go ahead and ferry 3 tourists to safety and back, or to their destination and safely back. And they all want to do a suborbital space flight. So that's basically going straight up and coming straight back down. I'm going to go ahead and quickly build a little, I guess we'll do a rocket, and we'll send it back down. And we'll do that 3 times, unless I can fit. I guess we could kind of do the same thing as last time. That's not a huge deal. We'll adjust it a little bit, because last time we had some problems coming back down. But it wasn't a huge deal, because everyone survived. So I'm going to go ahead and build that, and we'll shoot up real quick and come back down. Alright, so we're back. We collected 5.8 science. We got an EVA report flying over Kerbal grasslands and recovered a vessel from suborbital spaceflight. Our crew, we brought up Bob Kerman just because he was able to go. We only needed 3 people, and I figured Jebediah could go up and fly, and Bob can just go along, and he did it. EVA walk up in space. So we got all the contract complete things. So 4,000 there, 4, so that's 12 plus 12 is 24. What is that? 36, 48. So we got 48,000 from that. We're up to 191,000 total. So not a ton of money, but a decent amount. And I think the next thing we want to do is probably take a look at exploring the moon. It's basically just a flyby, gather science from the moon, and return to Kerbin from a flyby, and we get a whole bunch of money there. Position a satellite in a specific orbit of the moon. We'd like to do that eventually, but I don't know if we're ready to do that yet. We do have 136,000 science. I do want to get the fuel systems, but that's more for the landing, I think. I think we could pretty easily get to the moon without that. It'll definitely make it easier. And I guess if that's what we're doing, we might as well just go ahead and unlock it. I don't know of anything else. This will be good for satellites. And then the heavy rocketry, we don't really need quite yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and unlock the fuel systems. We have 46 science remaining. We could unlock general construction, but there's really not anything we need in there at this time. MechJeb could be nice. What is this unlock? Attitude control. Yeah, we'll leave it. I'm going to go ahead and build a little moon rocket to do a flyby, and then we can go ahead and launch that and fly past the moon. Alright, so we have this here. We went ahead and upgraded the launch pad so we could get more than, I think it was 18 tons. Now we're up to 140. I wanted to get these solid fuel boosters on the side here so we could get some more thrust off the launch pad, because I think it was, the thrust to weight ratio was just over 1. So that means we're just going to be sitting on the launch pad for a while, not really moving very far and wasting fuel. So that looks a little bit unstable, but we'll go ahead and try. Go ahead and throttle all the way up. I'm going to move this down. And we'll go ahead and fire and see what happens. So that's going to go. We'll go ahead and use up most of this fuel. Hopefully we don't tip over. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Just stage it so we can kind of start to steer a little bit. Just want to make sure we're headed in the correct direction. We'll just get it going a little bit just so we can have some control. So yeah, those are almost gone, and then we can go ahead and get rid of those boosters on the side. And I'm hoping we'll have plenty of fuel. So we'll go ahead and throttle all the way up. Start to point to 90 degrees. We probably could have had some better fins on the side there, but it is what it is. And we're at 37,000. So we can go ahead and just kind of point to the side there. We're through most of the atmosphere, at least the thick stuff. And we should get to 70K no problem. We'll just kind of keep it pointed around 45 degrees. The higher we get, the further over we can point, closer to the horizon. And once we get to about 75, 80, somewhere around there, we can go ahead and kill the engine. And we'll just kind of coast until we get up to that, like, not temperature, that altitude. So, yeah, about 80 there. We'll go ahead and go to the map. Go ahead and time warp a little bit. And where is the moon? Actually, that should line up perfectly. We'll be able to just circularize and just continue to go. So what are we at? About 70. So we could go ahead and tilt all the way over. And we'll just fire this engine. Point it right at the horizon there. And keep on going. This should get us pretty close to an actual orbit. And then from there we have about 2000 delta V to get to the moon and back. I don't think we're going to need all of that. We will use the rest to kind of circularize with that engine. But this should get us relatively close. So yeah, that's almost gone. We'll go ahead and stage and do the next engine. And yeah, that's pretty close to circular. So we're looking pretty good here. Go ahead and finish that, and we are pointed directly at the moon. So we'll just continue our burn. Basically, we're gonna shoot out our apoapsis way out this direction, and by the time our vessel gets to about here, the moon will have rotated all the way around, and we should meet somewhere pretty close. We don't have the Space Center upgraded, so we can't really make maneuver nodes or anything like that. We're just gonna kind of have to hope for the best. But I think with everything we have unlocked, it should tell us when we have a close encounter, and that's all we're looking for. We're just trying to fly by the moon and get home. We just want to make sure we have enough fuel, which we should. The closer we are here, the faster this is going to go out. So yeah, we have about half of our fuel remaining. So I'm going to go ahead and slow that down a little bit, and we'll just kind of do a little bit lighter of a burn. Can I set the target here? No, I can't. So I wonder if it's going to actually change when we get close. It's looking like it's not. So I think we're just gonna have to hope for the best, maybe. Let's go ahead and quick save there. We'll go ahead and go to the Space Center, and we'll see if we can upgrade our tracking station, because that should be able to tell us if we're close or not. We have 137. We need 150. And I think that's the patch conics is what we're looking for. So we do not have enough money. I mean, that's not the worst. I think we're going to be pretty close there. So I guess we just kind of wait and hope for the best. We'll go ahead and collect a little bit more science. Even if we miss, we can just replay this mission again, because we'll have some more science from high above Kerbin. What did we get here? World first milestone. We just broke a land speed record. So I'm going to go ahead, extend this antenna. Not that we really need it, but if we're going to be sending science back to Kerbin, like crew reports and stuff, that'll be good to have. So we'll go ahead and speed this up. We are higher up, so we should get a whole bunch of these. Deploy all except EVA. We'll keep that one. We can transmit, and then we'll go ahead and do EVA. So let's go ahead and go here, EVA report, and board, and we should be good. So we'll go ahead and speed up again until our science pops up and lets us know that we have some more science. So let's go up here. And yeah, we are going to be close. I don't remember or not if it tells us or not if we're getting a moon encounter. If we're going to get one, it's going to be on our way back. And we did get one, so we're okay. We are on a path to hit the moon. So let's get that science first. We'll go ahead and collect all of that. And then we'll do our EVA. We have some time, so we're okay. EVA report, we'll keep that. Board, go ahead and do another quick save. And we want to point out like this direction, just to make sure we don't hit the moon, because right now we are on a collision course. So if we do this, yeah, that is pushing us out a little bit, and I think we should be okay. We'll get real close, but I think we'll just shoot right past it. It shows our periapsis as 17K, which that's fine. It's going to shoot us kind of down, but we'll be headed back towards Kerbin, so we're okay. So let's go ahead and fast forward again. We'll quick save just in case I screwed up. We don't want to, well, I guess if we're playing realistically, we would just let Jebediah crash into the moon and we'd have to find another pilot. But we're just going to play it like we know what we're doing. We're spending the time working on all the math and all that stuff. How is our electric charge? All right, let's turn this so we get a little bit of electric charge. Not that we really need too much of it, but last thing we want is to run out of electric charge and not be able to turn on the engine, which I think we can anyways. So we'll go ahead and get a pretty close flyby of the moon. And I think I used all my mystery goos, but that's okay. So we got some more science here. I guess it's just an EVA. Go ahead and EVA report there. Keep that. We're above the mid-lens of the moon, and we can't see a thing here. So we'll go ahead and go a little bit further. And we are going down, but we'll be okay. So we did miss another biome for an EVA report, and another one, and another one. We're not going to worry about those. I think we just want to get close if we're going to get any. But maybe not. So yeah, we're okay. We are going back up, and then we are going to head back towards Kerbin. Let's go ahead and try and get this one before we run out of the Midlands crater. So we can board there. And we'll just head back. We don't really need too much more science. We're just going to kind of get a few flybys here and there. But we are headed back towards Kerbin. And we'll take a look. Once we get out of the sphere of influence of the moon, we will be back headed towards Kerbin. And there we are. So this kind of shot us in a weird orbit. So one thing we can do is wait until way up here. I think we'll do that. We'll just go way out here, and then from here we'll kind of raise or lower our periapsis. So let's do that. This is going to be kind of a longer flight than Jebediah expected, but he's going to be okay. So we'll go ahead and go way out here. We aren't anywhere near Menmis. If we were a little bit closer, then maybe we could have tried. But that's okay. We're not too worried about Menmis. It'd be nice to get a whole bunch of science, but we're okay. We just want to save fuel, make sure we can get you back. So we'll point retrograde here. We're going to watch the periapsis here, or we could watch it up here. But we want to make sure that gets to about, I think, 55, somewhere around there. And that'll bring us in to Kerbin. So we'll go ahead and, I guess, just go full speed. So we're about 700. Yeah, and we're way out there, so we're going to be coming in pretty quick, but I do have the heat shield, so we'll be okay. We don't want to go too low, and that should be good. We'll quick save here, and then we'll go ahead and finish our descent into Kerbin. So let's go ahead and time warp a little bit. Just, I want to make sure we did quick save. I think we did, but it's been a couple hours since the last clip. Yeah, we don't have any science. How is our electric charge? Is good. So yeah, we'll just kind of hang out here for a little bit, and we'll finally start to head back. And I guess once we get close towards, or close to the atmosphere, we can go ahead and fire our thrusters to reduce our speed a little bit. And that way we'll try to protect as much stuff as possible. So yeah, we are on our way back to Kerbin from the flyby of the moon. So we'll just keep going, keep going, keep going. We can actually retract or put this antenna back. Retract. We'll go ahead and close this to try and save all of our mystery goo. Actually, can we do this? Collect all. And is there any science in here, just in case? No, we're okay there. All right, so everything should be in here. We have 11 experiments stored. All we need is the command pod to survive, which that's all we really care about anyways, is the science and, of course, Jebediah. So keep going, keep going. We don't want to over time warp because then we'll be in the atmosphere and we won't be able to slow down at all. So we can actually probably go ahead and start to burn here. We should still end up... Yeah, we'll be okay. We're going to slow down quite a bit. And we should still land on... Yeah. The light side of the moon. Or Kerbin. We're in Kerbin. So our periapsis is now below, and we're actually not going to be able to escape. We're just going to hit Kerbin. And actually, it looks like we're going to actually hit, the dark side. Not a big deal, but that's okay. We are at entering the atmosphere, so we can go ahead and ditch this. Go ahead and turn up a little bit and just ditch it that direction. Make sure we point back retrograde. And we are back in the atmosphere. So we can go ahead and time warp. Once we get closer to the bottom, or the surface, we can go ahead and ditch the heat shield and do the parachute. So the heat shield should be fine. We shouldn't have any issues with that. The ablator's at... Yeah, it's barely going to lose any, so we'll be okay. The only thing I am a little bit concerned about, which I don't think we really have to worry about, is this craft being too heavy for the one parachute. But I think we'll be okay. So we can go ahead and jettison the heat shield. We'll go ahead and turn to get rid of that. We don't need it. There we go. And we'll point retrograde again. And we can go ahead and do the parachute. Hopefully, actually, our heat shield doesn't come back and hit us, because that would not be fun. I'm going to assume it already passed us. So we'll go ahead and turn off the SAS and just continue to float down towards Kerbin. And parachute has extended. We are slowing down our descent. And yeah, we're gonna land slow enough, so we'll be okay. Heat shield blew up somewhere nearby. And we got some science here. Let's actually go ahead and EVA for that science. EVA report. Something is going on with the game. I don't think it unloads some of the textures, the high resolution textures and stuff. I'm guessing that was the heat shield, maybe the booster. I don't know. Yeah, just sometimes we'll get a little bit slow, but that's okay. So we're landed. We lost some mystery goo or something, but that's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and collect the science. What do we got here? Deploy that. And we can go ahead and do the EVA report. EVA, keep, board, collect all. We don't really need to do that, but we're going to go ahead and recover the vessel and see how much science we got. So we should get a whole bunch of science. I think I accepted that contract. We'll see. I hope I did. If not, we'll have to do that mission again, which isn't a big deal. But let's see. Yeah, we got 218 science from that trip. The big stuff is from EVA report just above Moon's Midland. Yeah, just a couple of those experiments there. So we'll go ahead and take a look here. World's first milestone, the moon, and I'm guessing that... Did we do that? Yeah, we didn't even do it. But it's been replaced by planting a flag on the moon. So that's my bad. We missed out on all of the extra money there. But it's really not that big of a deal. We can make it up other ways. So yeah, we've done a flyby of the moon. We have a whole bunch of science left to go ahead and do, unlock all the science. And yeah, pretty good mission. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining me. And I hope to see you all in the next episode.